Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Wait for y'all to pop up in the building. Get my opinion about this fight being in Saudi Arabia, man. Matchroom, I seen an interview, or not interview, but article rather, on Boxing Scene. Um, Matchroom has came out and confirmed that this fight's going to take place in Saudi Arabia, December 7th. So I'll talk about it a little bit. I'm going to get y'all opinion on it as well, man. Oh, there we go. Better lighting right now. A lot better light. Jay Jerk, what's good? Ron Burgundy, what's up? Bias, rankings, and news, what's good? King Shriek, what it do? Bias, heavyweight rankings and news says rather have been in Nigeria. When I first heard it, for my own selfish reasons, as just a fan talking for myself, I would have loved for it to be here in America because I would have attended the fight. All right, so that's me speaking as an American who wanted over here. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to attend the fight. I'm not flying out to Saudi Arabia. You dig what I'm saying? So that's not gonna happen for me. This isn't the first time a big heavyweight fight has took place. The Rumble in the Jungle. That took place in Africa. Thriller in Manila took place in the Philippines. George Foreman and Joe Frazier won, but that took place in Jamaica. You know what I mean? So, but Saudi Arabia just sounds crazy, man. I know Amir Khan fought Billy Dib, but he fought him in Saudi Arabia last month or something like that, or 2 months ago. You know what I mean? But for Andy Ruiz, now, I've been trying to wait to see, Andy put something up on his Instagram account about it, about, hey, make sure you tune into the fight or whatever. Haven't seen him put anything up as of yet, as of right now, while I'm making this video. You know what I mean? What time is it? It is 2:17 right now, August 9th. Is it the 9th today? So as of right now, I haven't seen Andy put anything up, but Matchroom has came out and said it's officially confirmed. All right. Now, if I'm a part of Andy's team, I would just make sure, I know they're sitting down discussing referees and judges and things like that. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm gonna keep it real about what I think. You can leave what you think in the comment section, all right? But what I think is, Andy and them better make sure, man, there's nothing underhanded going on with the referees and the judges and anything like that. I think this fight's gonna end by knockout anyway, so I don't think it'll even get to that. Let me go back to the chat real quick, see all popped up in here. Ron Burgundy says, what time would the fight take place on the West Coast? I'm not sure, bro. I don't even know what the time difference is from Saudi Arabia and over here. Whether it's West Coast, Central, you know what I mean? The Central. Stormy B, man, what's good, man? Salute. Y'all go Southern, my man, Stormy B, man. Pasabanu says, you lost weight, Mr. Boxing. Yeah, man, y'all noticed that? I was, when I went out to the Wilder and Fury card, I was 252 pounds. I was just lifting a lot of weights. You know what I mean? But now, since when I got back, I put the weights down. I do really light weights, and now I'm at 224. You know what I mean? So I went down from 252 to 224. Golden Gloves, salute, man. So, okay, Dominic Hardy says Saudi Arabia is 10 hours ahead of us on the West Coast. All right, so that's what Dominic Hardy said. All right. But the location, yeah, man, it's just a weird location to have this fight, man. Saudi Arabia. It's gonna be called the Battle of the Dunes. All right, that's what they got. That's what their naming is. Now, with that said, let's get to the nitty gritty, the style breakdown. I don't see nothing changing. I really don't. Could Anthony Joshua transform himself into a totally different fighter going into Fight Night in December? In my opinion, no. Can he tweak some things? Possibly. I think that's possible. But based on the styles, I don't see how he can beat Andy Ruiz. Do I think he can hurt Ruiz? Yeah, I think he can hurt him because he proved it in the first fight by dropping him. However, Andy got up and put the hurt on AJ. All right. I still think Andy Ruiz is the better boxer. What do you mean, Mr. Boxing? How is he the better boxer? I think his fluidity is better. I think the way he parry punches is better. I think the way he slips a roll, catches and counter is better. I think his timing is better. I think he seems as if he's the fighter that's more sure of himself. When I seen these, and look, I don't care if you guys, like I had a lot of people unsub. I don't show my subscribers. I haven't shown my subscribers in about 5 years. And I only showed it on my first channel, Mr. Boxing Today, because I didn't know how to put it on private. It's not about subscribers with me, but I can still see it, even though it's private. And I've seen a lot of people unsubscribe from me. From the video I made the other day about Anthony Joshua, and I really don't care, man. I want to speak my mind. I'm not going to lie to anybody to try to cater to any type of fan base. If you don't like it, that's fine, man. You don't have to like it. You dig what I'm saying? But what I will say is, watching his interview, a lot of people always say, whenever it comes to Anthony Joshua, according to a lot of people out there that watch my videos, I always take what he says out of context. The dude can say, hey, man, I lost passion for the sport. I look at that as somebody that's not sure of himself, somebody that, I just don't think the guy's sure of himself. It doesn't matter how big his pecs are, how big his chest is, how great he looked on the 2-minute clip on Instagram shadow boxing. All that doesn't matter, man. I can look good on the 2-minute clip shadow boxing. You can look good on the 2-minute clip shadow boxing. The dude just doesn't seem sure of himself, man. His confidence is just wavering. It's like literally not even interview to interview. It's during an interview when he's talking. It's literally 30 seconds apart. 1 minute is, well, it doesn't matter now because the fight, according to reports, going to take place in Saudi Arabia anyways. But during that interview, man, it was literally 1 minute. It was, I'll fight Andy in Mexico. His uncle could be the referee. It doesn't matter where the fight is. And then it was, oh, but I want it in Cardiff so I can have people screaming and yelling and all this. The crowd can't fight for you, man. And when you came over here, there was what? I mean, MSG only holds so many people. What does MSG hold? Like 20,000? From what Eddie Hearn was saying, you know, 10,000 UK fans travel strong to cheer for you. So you had people cheering for you. It's just when you started getting your ass whooped is when it kind of went silent. But it was still cheering because people were just cheering for the action of what was going on. But all that, all that shit and Sweet Caroline, I don't see how that helps anybody to win. Now, granted, when you're watching team sports, yes, teams can have home games, and when the home team scores a basket in basketball, the crowd cheers. When they make a good defensive play, the crowd cheers, defense, and they can change momentum. I get that. I totally understand it, but I don't know, man. I don't see what to make a difference. I mean, why do you need to stand on a platform with AJ burning and fire in the back and all these theatrics to help you win a fight? You're supposed to be self-motivated, especially as a guy that was a champion. I'm not sure how they celebrate in Saudi Arabia. That fight I seen with Amir Khan, I didn't watch that fight with Billy Bibb, but I knew it took place. So I'm not sure if they're the type of crowd that just sits there. I remember when I used to watch K1, and those fights used to be like in Japan or wherever they used to be. You guys remember those fights. And they would just be quiet. I mean, it'd be action, but they're quiet. So sometimes it's different in different parts of the world. I remember when when Tyson fought Buster Douglas. Go watch that fight. It was like an eerie quiet. It was eerie, man. It was eerie. They were just quiet, watching Mike get his ass dusted off against Buster Douglas. Just sitting there. The whole fight, like this. You know what I mean? So maybe I need to go watch some boxing matches that took place in Saudi Arabia to see how they react to things, man. But if his head movement is not intact, his stamina is not intact, him knowing how to deal with Andy Ruiz getting in on him on the inside is not, if that's not intact, I see the same outcome. Whether it's Saudi Arabia, no matter where the fight's at. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, what's good? Vince Body Snatcher returns and he says false bravado. I agree, man. P Money was good, brother. He says they were saying Khan didn't get paid all his money. I don't know if that is true or not. If it is, that's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. Uh, James Ross, he says, great content, bro, but AJ is knocked out again. Ruiz style is all wrong for him. Bruno. You know what I mean? I can see that happening, man. The Beyonder says, he says, where to for AJ if he gets beat Mr. Boxing? The UK still love him. It was kind of, I think he has like that Frank Bruno effect where, you know, Frank Bruno lost he fought for the title, was it 3 times? I thought it was my brother Blood Boxing here. Hold on, let me see if that was Blood, man. If it is, I gotta say what's up with Blood. Oh, yes, it was. What's good, Blood? What's good, Mala 2243? Blood says doesn't matter. We was here before them. They can listen or kick rocks. The show. DG London says, where you at, Mr. Boxing? I'm in Hollywood. My family's inside eating Dave and Buster's right now. Boys playing the video games. That shit start making my head hurt, man. All them damn video games. But I'm gonna go in there in a second. One step out here, get some of the sun, get some of this air. Yeah, I'm in Hollywood or Hollyweird or however you want to look at it. You know what I mean? But yeah, Woolbag says he's slow and robotic, textbook and predictable. Ruiz may put him to sleep. Before I get back to talking about this, be easy. What it do, bruh? Dominic Hardy says AJ is Frank Bruno 2.0. I've been saying it for years. What I'll say is this though. I think he has a Frank Bruno effect out in the UK where they love him so much. Mr. Boxing moves good. Where they love him so much, it doesn't matter if he drops 2-3 fights in a row. They still want to support him. Look at the way they support David Price. Come on, Pricey. Come on, Pricey. They love them some David Price out there, man. And David Price been, you know, knocked out numerous times. Although I'll give him his credit, he has beat Cash Ali, who bit him. That was a crazy fight. Then he just beat Dave Allen, a fight that I picked against him. Actually, I thought the Cash Ali was 50-50, and I thought he was going to lose to Dave Allen. So, salute to Dave Price for proving me wrong in his last couple fights, all right? But they love Bruno. Bruno fought for the title, 3 times, you know what I mean? Lost to Tyson, lost to Witherspoon. Then he finally ended up winning the title after, 2 or 3 tries or something like that. So, they love their fighters, man. So, but as far as, man, Hollywood is crazy, man. People walking around like Batman and Superman. When you take a picture with them, they want money, right? Like, motherfucker, if you the real Spider-Man, climb this building. Or you can't, well, you ain't getting no real money then. But anyways, PC Jacob says, neutral ground, I love it, eliminates all the excuses. Yeah, it is neutral ground. And that lets you know that, you know, when people saying, oh, well, Ruiz signed the contract and he has to fight in the UK, and I'm sitting there like, bro, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, man. None of us really do. We give our opinion, our assumption, comes to our own surmise, but you don't really know. So that lets me know that there was still some wiggle room within that contract. You dig what I'm saying? There was some wiggle room. So it's on a neutral ground. All right. And yeah, I do like that. So that way, if he goes, Woolbag says they don't even have a boxing commission over there in Saudi Arabia. Well, Amir Khan and Billy did for the, hey, I'm not privy to Saudi Arabia and their commissions and all that, so I'm just reading what my man Woolbag left, but you guys can go confirm that if you want, but I really don't know, man, so I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Lowland Prophet says they love docile, agreeable, non-threatening losers. They hype them up. Dominic Hardy says these kinds of locations are great for the sport. To be a world champ, you should fight all over the world, not just the UK and the US. I totally agree with that, bro. I totally agree with that. And that's why those fights in the 70s were awesome to me, man. Thrill in Manila, Rumble in the Jungle, Foreman and Frazier fought out there, like I said, in Jamaica. You know what I mean? So I like them too. You know what I mean? But now me just being greedy, speaking for me, not for y'all, but speaking for me, I would love for it to be here in the US because I would have went to the fight. You know what I mean? But just standing back and just looking at it, I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I think styles make fights, and I don't see this going to decisions. No way. But like I said, though, they just need to, you know what I mean? Andy and them, they need to be, you know, make sure that they include themselves, which I know they are, include themselves on this referee and the judges and things like that. You dig what I'm saying? All the officials. You know what I mean? And Andy got some good people in his on his team, man. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be taken care of. Let me see here. I'm trying to get to all y'all. CB Sports TV, what it do? Dago 619, what it do? Tall short one says anywhere but Saudi Arabia. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. What's good, man? But yeah, that's my opinion, y'all. As a fan, for me, being greedy, I wanted it here in the U.S. Plus, AJ was saying he wanted the writers wrong. And to me, and my dad, man, I gotta do another interview with my dad, man. Probably get him in person since I'm out here in Cali. But my father brought up a good point, and he said AJ would have got a lot more respect from us U.S. fans, but you guys think that are so hard on AJ. You guys are so unfair on AJ. My dad brought up a good point by saying, had he whooped him here, had he rematched him here and whooped him, you guys want to talk about, expanding your brand and being popular and all this shit, he would have got a lot of respect here by us fans in the U.S. had he came back here to the U.S. and whooped Andy. Now, whooping Andy is whooping Andy. Whether you do it here, there, or anywhere, it's still beating him. So if he beats him, he's going to get respect. But especially had he came back here and did it. You dig what I'm saying? Plus, he was saying that, after the loss, that he want the writers wrong, and people get mad at me for bringing that up like I'm making it up. He said this, but writers wrong here in America, running back in the garden, rewrite history and all that type of thing. And obviously that's not what he wants. Or it's Eddie Hearn wants it either in the UK or neutral. So AJ's in agreement with him. You know what I mean? Or AJ wants it like that too. Rather, you know what I mean? Maybe AJ wants either UK or neutral site. He does not want to come back to America. And to me, it's not like you got cheated, man. It wasn't like no janky scorecards or you just got beat up, bro. And that's another thing. Some of you, man, you get so sensitive. Like, there's one dude I was going back and forth the other day with on here. Some of you get so sensitive when I say stuff like Andrew Ruiz put his foot in Anthony Joshua's ass. Like, how would you like for me to say that? Andrew Ruiz got a victory over Anthony Joshua. Like, come on, quit being so fucking sick. We're boxing fans are some of the most sensitive people, man. When we watch dudes put hands on each other, break people's jaws, swell up their eye socket, bust their nose, break their hands, but you want to talk respectful. And man, come on, man, he got his ass whooped. Mike Tyson, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Evander Holyfield beat the fuck out of him. You see how easy that is for me to say? Larry Holmes, one of my favorite fighters, one of my top 3 favorites of all time. Mike Tyson beat the fuck out of him. You see how easy that is to say? All this be nice and be, Mr. Box, you're being unfair. You got to be nice. Come on, man. He got his ass whooped. Just like he go whoop Andrew Ruiz's ass, I'm going to say, damn, he put his foot square off in Andrew Ruiz's ass. You're being so sensitive, man. And some of you get hurt from just people saying that. He did whoop his ass, man. He beat the hell out of him. Yes, I know he hurt him, but he got up and beat the fuck out of him. Mr. Boxing News in the building. Mr. Boxing News is always cynical about anything to do with Eddie Hearn and Mastro, but he says, but shout out to Mr. Boxing News. He makes a lot of sense, man, a lot of great points. But he says, neutral, is it? I'm still leery. That with Hearn being involved, I wonder, does he have a setup with the boxing VADA? Are there and the commissions there like the white fight? And that's what I was saying, Mr. Boxing Move, about Andy and his team. Make sure that they're having some say-so on the refs and the judges and things like that, man. I still yet to see Andy post anything on his Instagram promoting the fight. Only thing I've seen is just a report on Boxing Scene saying that Matchroom has confirmed that the fight's taking place December 7th in Saudi Arabia. And for those of you, I haven't read the comments yet, but I'm sure somebody may rebuttal that and say, well, Mr. Boxing, if it's neutral, that means it's neutral. Come on, y'all, don't be naive. Yeah, the site is neutral, but you can be somewhere else that's not your home country and still grease them palms, if you know what I mean. Let me see here. Celtic Magician says, should have called it Rowdy and Saudi. Man, it's been kind of slow in boxing though, y'all. It's been slow as hell, man. Official AJ was good. Tall short one says not sensitive but tribal. Yeah, and I know, you know, boxing is tribal. And look, man, whenever you guys go to channels, man, and they speak that whole, now this is my opinion, all right? A lot of people call me unbiased. I've never said that. You know what I mean? That's what people put that term on me, all right? I'm very biased, especially when it comes to Ali, Foreman, and Holmes. It's gonna be biased all day. You might as well not even have a conversation with me because I'm a, you know what I mean? Those are my favorite fighters. But all that, you know, oh, I'm unbiased and I call it right down the middle. Yeah, I try to as much as I can, but I do have some biases too. We all do, man. Come on, y'all, cut that, man. So when y'all be giving me that label, I understand what you guys are trying to say because I take the time to break down fights, the good and the bad of both fighters. You dig what I'm saying? So that's why you guys probably say it. But yeah, I have my biases as well. But I do try to be as fair as possible. But how do you expect me to, I forgot who said this quote, man, but you want me to be sane in a fucking insane asylum. You dig what I'm saying? You want me to be unbiased in a whole biased society. You dig what I mean? But not to the point where I can't break down styles and do the good and bad and actually give a clear, logical breakdown of things, though. You know what I mean? All right, y'all, we're going to get a move on out here in Hollywood, man. I appreciate y'all showing up. I see all the comments. I'm going to go back on archives. Blood Boxing says you just have the most even take on boxing. All right, if that's coming from Blood, that's what it is, man. If it's coming from Blood, stand still. You dig what I mean? If it's coming from Blood Boxing. But, hey, man, I appreciate y'all showing up, man. I'm about to enjoy this out here in Hollywood, man. Y'all be good, man. I'm gone.